So, welcome everybody. Yeah, we are crazy. Crazy. There we go. So, welcome everybody. Thanks for joining me. Man, crazy. I always say crazy, don't I? It's another crazy day. Well, we got sorry about the noise in the background, but hey, it's life. Um, we have the moon ending Gemini and it's going to be going into Cancer. So the moon's going to be at home and the sun's going to be at home. So it's going to feel a little bit better this weekend. Maybe not as intense, maybe, but we are building up to the Kazini of the Sun and Venus conjunction. So yeah, it might ease off a bit, but I think there's still the intensity of emotional energy and trying to keep grounded and keep focused. I mean, this is this whole buildup and intensity. So few things I want to mention besides the astrology that I want to get people to start to pay attention to. And the thing is that I'm not a financial person or anything. I just love to follow that shit. But some of the things that I've been really noticing, and some of the things that, like, when we look at our financials or when we look at anything that happens within the world, there's always trends. So there's always some kind of trend. And right now I know in Calgary everybody's saying, oh, the housing market's fabulous and blah blah, that it's great. There's a house that sold over, how much over the asking price, and I'm just saying God bless them. This is where you have to be very smart in how you are working with your finances and what you are wanting to build towards. And this is where you're going to find, when it comes to a lot of things that are happening, especially over in China. Now, I know a lot of times people say, well, it's over in China. How does it affect me? Well, hey, coronavirus. Um, this is looking at things that are going on. Now, a couple years ago, they talked about the Evergreen. I think that's what it's called. Their big commercial building uh, construction group. And they did a lot of construction. They do constructions all over the world. And then they had a buyout. Some other company came in to buy them out. But the thing is, what they're buying out is a lot of debt. And the debt is still there. The debt hasn't changed. And this is where we have to sort of start playing smart for ourselves. Where if you are able to accumulate or looking at your own money on how you're investing. And this is where I really tell people, is to look into different people. Like I watch the Economic Ninja, right? And I watch um, a few other places, Neil McCoy and stuff. These are people that I love to get information, because these guys have been doing it for years, and they give you not financial advice, but they get you to start thinking outside of the box and starting to look at things. Now, one of the big things when for myself, and going through this whole crazy um, transformation and change and stuff of being let go from my muggle job, is that so many stupid things that I should have done but I didn't do. So I can't really focus on that. I got to focus on the future. Is beginning to track your earnings, beginning to track the money that's coming in, where the money's going, and making things your priority. That's going to be so important right now. How are you making things your priority? Are you guys going? Okay, have fun. And what is your priority with what you are doing? So, this is really looking at, okay, what is your house payment? What is your electricity? What is your food costs each month? What is your um entertainment? Things like that. Like, really start keeping track of where the money's going. This is going to give you an where you have to look at where you need to cut back. So if you have subscriptions and stuff, so looking at your subscriptions, what are your subscriptions that you have right now? Do you need all your subscriptions right now? I know this isn't a fun topic, but this is also where the energy is right now. This is where it's telling you to start looking at, because it's wanting you to really get a grip on your world, get a grip. And, people say, well, it's not spiritual to look at my money. It's not spiritual to do these things. Well, maybe not, but it is. It is a very spiritual thing, because when you can come into your flow, when you can come into your light, and when you can come into that of what you want to create, that's what it's all about, to create that world that you want to have. And say you want to buy the chateau in France, but you could go on and say, oh, but France is so in upheaval and there's all of this. It's everywhere, baby. It's everywhere. But this is where it's like, maybe that's your dream. Maybe it's your dream to go and retire in Mexico. Okay, start looking at it, start planning. What does it cost? What does it mean for me to transfer to go to that place? That's where the spirituality is, right? It's in the doing, it's in the creating, it's in the acting. And especially when you have Uranus there. So Uranus is saying, well, maybe that's where you're thinking, but I got something better for you. So I'm going to take you on a different pathway. And it's being open to these different pathways. So when you are starting to look at the financials within your own life, which is very Taurian. Taurus is all about financials and looking at your financials. And it's not a fun fucking subject. It's boring. Some people just love it. I love watching economists that aren't mainstream. Like, I don't watch any of the mainstream dudes, because a lot of those guys are wanting to sell you stuff that they want to get rid of, right? So I watch people like the Economic Ninja. I watch people like, all, the different ones, so that I can get a grip on what's happening. Not saying that I'm going to go out and invest $1,000. Maybe I will. Maybe I will have that when I start watching where my money's going. That's going to give me that different amount, so that I can say, hey, yeah, I'm going to go look into this mining company that's in Athabasca right now, and look at what their stock is going for and start investing in that. Who knows, right? That's where the energy's at. It's about being smart. You're feeling the anxiety and you're feeling the stress of the world around you, because, yeah, shit's happening, right? Yeah, the economy's crashing, but it's being smart. There's so much there that you could gain with an economy crashing. You don't have to be the crash. You could be the person that says, oh, look at that. I can pick that up. That's liquidation. Ooh, look at that. I can, if you're a car person, I can pick up this vehicle and I can, I picked it up for 20, I can sell it for 30. Because you're going to find that people are going to be looking for these types of things, right? And a lot of people are going to let them go for cheap. You can resell them. That's where you got to start thinking outside the box. That's where the side hustles are, right? And looking at these different things. Secondhand shops, they're going to boom. They're going to boom. Who wants to do a secondhand shop? I would love to do a secondhand shop. That would be so cool to do. And it doesn't have to be online. If you're not an online person, it can eventually be online. But maybe it's something that you see, hey, in my little downtown, there's this, or in my little neighborhood, there's this cute little, because commercial places are going to be going out of business. They're going to be dying to get people in there. And this is where you are going to be able to pick up a shop spot and say, hey, I'm going to open a shop spot there. I'm going to open it up and I'm going to call it whatever, right? I got a few names. I'm not going to give them out because they're my names. I don't want anybody using my names. But this is where you can start saying, hey, what kind of secondhand shop I can do? Maybe it's for plus sizes. Maybe it's for knickknacks and clothing. Maybe it's for that I'm really good at doing some remodeling of different things, or I'm really good at being a seamstress, and I can sew and I can mend, so I can take different things and I can recreate some items. And then you can put it up, and you can open up a little Shopify shop of used clothing and put it out there. I wouldn't do it on Etsy. Etsy's a really, really, Etsy has some really good points, but Etsy's like saturated right now. But if you're good at at marketing and good at putting your stuff out there, then yeah, definitely do it, right? Whatever floats your boat. But you got to do your research with it, right? Yeah, secondhand shops are killing it. And they're going to do even better. You're going to find secondhand shops are going to be doing even better. So just because there might be a couple already doesn't mean you can't open one. What do you think Starbucks did? Right? So if the thing is that if you get stuck in your mind and saying, I can't do it because there's too many coffee shops. You know, many little tiny coffee shops just opened up on 17th Ave. Not saying they're all going to make it, but there's some really cute little coffee shops that have just opened up, and little trendy little boutique-ish cafes have opened up all throughout Calgary just recently. And some of them are making a killing. Some of them are kind of struggling, but they're going out there, they're making it out. They might be even doing some little side hustles on the side, right? This is where the economy is starting to get you to say, hey, maybe I need to look at something. Maybe that little side hustle of you opening up a secondhand shop and right beside it, you have a coffee shop. Ooh, with a little side hustle there, and you're going to have maybe little farmer market things. Ooh, look at my mind going. So you can have a little farmer's market, got a little side hustle here, you got your little secondhand shop, and then people can just sort of walk through, and then you got a little cafe with a little market there. And this little market could have, fresh, little, not a lot, but just locally grown berries or something like that. A little side hustle there, and people come in. Oh, you got new berries. You got this new little thing, and then they go, oh, oh, I saw that shirt. That's so cute. There you go. And some of this can be, because doing a secondhand shop's really basically going into other secondhand shops and buying stuff, or going to the Salvation Army, finding out people, going to estate sales, buying clothing or what have you, of what people, mom didn't want this anymore. Maybe she has some really cool retro shit, right? And the kids are saying, oh, this is I would never wear this, but hey, retro's in. So it's looking at, with the economy, with all of these things that are going on what you can do and what you can create. You could go, I mean, right now I'm doing a vision board clip art. It takes time because I want to make sure I'm getting the right clip art, putting the clip art together. How many clip arts can I put on a page? All of that going on, right? So that takes time, right? So this is like, whatever you're going to do is going to take some time and effort in that creating, in that doing. When I heard about the commercial, especially with commercial buildings and stuff, you're going to find a lot of these commercial buildings going under and these guys having to sell. Or even though that there's so many things being built in Calgary right now, yeah, some of these ones, and they're trying to sell, like just down the street from me, some of these homes that they're these duplexes, and they're nice looking duplexes, but they're too many stairs for me. They're like 3 stories high, and then you have your basement, very nicely done, finished, modern, blah blah blah. But with these new ones, it's not $500,000 they're wanting to sell. They're wanting to sell them about $800,000, even more. And so this is where you just sort of sit and wait, because who's ever going to buy that at 8% or 7%, whatever the interest rate, because the interest rate's going to go higher. Just wait. Maybe you can pick up. Maybe you want to go into the real estate. Who knows? But this is where you're going to find that it's a time to create. In a time that's busting, in the time that you think is defaulting. It's like, wouldn't it be better that somebody who is filled with a proper spiritual motivation in accumulating things and buying homes, or doing secondhand shops or whatever it is, than having the banks get it? So this is a really time of looking at what you want to do, looking at what you want to create, right? I'm just going to see something here. Ooh, there we go. There, that's brighter. I like that better. What's this? I don't know. What's that? I'm doing something here. Ooh, look at that. It's You got to see what I just did on Instagram. Sorry, people, but that would be kind of cool to do on the Day of the Dead. So just being crazy. Hi, I'm back again. Just love to play. Just love to play. So let's pull some cards for today. Yes, I'm still using this deck. When I find a deck that works, sometimes I find a deck doesn't work for me after a while. And if you have any money making ideas for me, that would be awesome, especially for my business. Because in order for me to stay here, to create, to do the things and bring you this every single day, I got to keep the internet going. I got to keep food in my belly because I love to eat, you know? So maybe this weekend is buy me a bottle of wine weekend. We'll see. Not saying I'll buy a bottle of wine, but hey, I'm going to call it a buy me a bottle of wine weekend. I don't know. Just popped in my head. So just having fun. Gotta have fun when the crazy's out there. Steve's doing a lot better today. Thank you, everybody who's been asking. He's feeling a lot better. It's where love where you are. Is that your backyard? Yes, that's my backyard. That is my backyard. That's the neighbor's house. Yeah. And that is a lilac tree, and these are 2 pine trees and stuff. It's a nice backyard. It's a beautiful backyard. It really is. Need some TLC, Golfing and attorney all weekend. Club championship just for fun. No results expected. Ooh, that's fun. I didn't even look at it. It's the 8 of Raphael. So we have the 8 of Waters. That means there is something better waiting. There's some other opportunities that are out there. So do what you know is right. This is your spiritual quest. Get out there. Do what you know that's right. Look for other opportunities. Be open to the newness. Be open to something new that's coming in. And here comes the moon. Now, the moon card works with your subconscious, right? And the moon going into Cancer, which I love because I have a Cancer moon. This is where it's like facing your fears to grow stronger, getting out there, allowing yourself to find better ways of creating and making things, right? It's like stepping out and saying, you know what, it's not throwing everything away, but it's looking at, hey, well, maybe I can improve on this, maybe I can create something even better, and trusting in that emotions in doing that. And when you do that, you're going to find change. So there's some change that's coming in. There's some new beginnings. The 10 is the change. It is the change. And the 10 of, the wheel is looking at everything that is fixed. So it's the fixed energies. A lot within the fixed energies are moving, changing, and transformation. So looking at that energy that's coming in with the change and the direction that's going to be offered to you, and allowing yourself to be open to that new path, allowing yourself to see and what you can create within that newness. And when you do, the overall, embrace the inner child, have fun, right? It's the 6 of Waters. You got to have fun with it. This is about rekindling. Don't get caught into old habits and old reminiscence of like, oh, but it used to be this way and we had to do it this way. No, there could be a new and better way of doing it. So allow yourself to rekindle and go into something new. Allow yourself to embrace it, right? Yeah, so, with the water coming in, with the moon coming in, this is emotional. So there's a lot of emotional energy that's coming forth, a lot of emotional energy that's going to transpire over this weekend. And as we're stepping into the gazini of the sun and the Venus joining together. So I want you all to have a fabulous, fabulous weekend. And if you want to buy me a coffee, buy me a coffee. You don't have to buy me a bottle of wine. I just said that because I thought it was funny. But have a great day. I do have a link that if you want to buy me a coffee, definitely it's there. That's part of supporting me and getting things going. And thank you for a couple people that have bought me a couple coffees. I think I need some more coffee. Haven't had any wine, but I'm still sounding like I am, eh? But yeah, have a fabulous, fabulous weekend and go out there, spread your wings, shine your light, be the glorious energies that you are, and don't let anybody dim your light. I know there's a lot there. I know there's a lot coming forward, but one step in front of the other. That's all we can do, one day at a time. Blessed be everybody, and have a fabulous, fabulous Friday. The weather is good today. Sun is shining. No rain clouds. Ooh, that cloud looks like a little funny looking fish. Anyways, we'll go stare at the clouds today. Have a blessed one, everybody.